right now we have one of the guitarists from the legendary band DragonForce, who is now in a battle with T-Pain as part of the Republic of Gamers campaign, Art of the Duo. We've got Herman Li joining us right now. Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Greg. Thanks for having me. Awesome to be here. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm so excited to have you on here on the show with us today. One of the things I want to start off just talking about this battle that you've got going. So it's using the Zephyrus 15, so the new gaming rigs. And can you tell us about what it is that you're doing here, going to battle against T-Pain?
I picked a tough battle, right, with T-Pain. So we're creating music of animation to make something, something really cool, very game orientated, and I'm working with an animator from the company Kingdom of Something, using the Zephyrus Duo, because he's got this insane touch screen and a 4K screen as well. So I'm able to do, work on music much easier than I used to do in the past, where I'm just trying to use the mouse to make stuff, and having the kind of power I have on this makes life easy. I'm a tech nerd, so I was never the guy that into waiting and all these things. No matter how much tech I got, but you can always make it better. So this is really the best laptop I've ever had to be able to, make music on it.
What kinds of software and what kinds of things are you able to do with it as far as like mixing down or editing tracks? What all are you doing with it in particular?
So I use a software called Pro Tools. So to mix music, now I can actually use a touchscreen and touch not literally touching, but I can, move the fader up and down with my hand. You can't really do that on the mouse. All these years I've been doing it. And the great thing about this laptop is actually, it can do beyond that. I'm a gamer, of course, and be able to do, high level video games on a laptop and do all the music stuff. And at the same time, now that I've ventured into the content creation stuff with streaming and YouTube, this really is the next level powered laptop for someone like me who's doing more than just gaming. You want to work and multimedia. It's really great.
Well, I love that idea that you can, like you said, you mentioned gaming, but also content creation. If you do everything in one kind of laptop, that's fantastic. And talking about that, you've been on Twitch for a while. I know that with YouTube in particular, it seems like over the last several months, you've started posting a lot more videos and actually going up directly against other YouTube stars who are talking about you. Tell us about that. Like, what's your experience been like going to YouTube versus Twitch?
It's been a lot of fun. Most people know me for being in the band DragonForce, playing guitar. And I started doing YouTube just for fun, and it's been a blast doing kind of a battle. I have another battle with a bass player called Davey504 on YouTube, which is kind of going crazy. It's gonna explode the YouTube, trust me on that. And I'm like video editing almost every day now. And again, having a RTX 2080 Super really speed everything up with rendering these videos, in real time. And it's just, I'm just really surprised how much power there is here to make me, how do I say, as a musician, I seem to have less and less time because I'm having so much fun on YouTube and stream. And so I need things that are moving really fast at the same time.
Well, with that too, because like you said, you're doing all these different kinds of things, and I wanted to talk about just the video game side of things, and how much of an influence that has on your music and just everything else that you do. And just a random question, curious for you, what do you think is the greatest video game of all time?
Oh my God, you really got me there. This is not the greatest video game, but it's the one that I'm still playing. It's R-Type. R-Type, a shoot 'em up from back when I was playing on the TurboGrafx 16, the PC Engine arcade, and I still have it on my phone.
Yeah,
which is bizarre. But I used to be a total Quake nerd. I don't know how many hours I did spend on Quake World, just playing online. I mean, we're going back some really early days now. Yeah.
Well, okay, so Quake nerd, and isn't that weird playing something that you played in the arcade on your phone now? But going from there, what games are you playing now? What are you most interested in that's going to be coming out soon?
Obviously, Cyberpunk. I'm really excited for that. I've been playing Doom Eternal a lot, and I also love sim racing. So I have a sim rig that I have VR and everything. I'm really into that that part.
I could ask you about VR for a while too, but going over there, I did want to ask you just about music in general, and you mentioned since obviously we're during the pandemic, tours have not been going on and all of that. How have you found yourself? Have you been collaborating with other musicians? How has that process been like for you as a musician during this pandemic?
It's pretty crazy. It's Most musicians are really free now. They're making albums. So we're doing that. We're making a new album, which we don't know when that's going to come out, but we'll make one anyway. But to be honest, all the YouTube and the live streaming have kept me so busy. And these battles, these collabs that I started doing with musicians like The Do is another YouTuber I did some collabs with. It's been really fun. There's so many talented musicians out there, in the digital world that, to be honest, a lot of the musicians out there that tour don't know about, and I'm happy to be able to play with them and just kind of hang on Twitch. It's been really good.
Well, I think that's one of the really cool things that you do, because you are collaborating or battling with all of these people that may not get as much of attention as you, and that are also talented musicians. Along those lines, one last just kind of out there question a little bit: if there's one musician that you could collaborate with of all time, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Oh, I think alive, I would love to do something with Joe Satriani, one of my favorite guitar players. He's just a legend. I played with him on stage before, but never actually done it on the recording. So that would be a really fun thing.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be awesome. The two of you on one track together, that would be pretty amazing. All right. Well, I know, I want to say I appreciate so much you spending some time with us here too. I mean, there's so many different things we could talk about. But for this battle, what's next with that, and when can people expect to maybe see something from this collaboration?
Everyone been asking me. I get comments every single day, like hundreds of them, about when are you going to play bass against Davey 504. They gotta wait for it. I have a bunch of projects, but once those are done, they're gonna see it. I got one of the ultimate bass here from the bass player of Dream Theater. So I got one of the best bass around to do this battle. So wait for it. It's gonna happen.
That's awesome. All right, so that is going to happen. And then, of course, Art of the Duo. Where are you at on that part, and when can we actually see something that's come out from it?
I'm working on more music now. I believe we got something. I'm going to finish this today. I'm going to add more video games, music's effects with my guitar. So hopefully I'll get it done. But, I'm running on like a future machine here of the i9 processor. So that is able to keep up with the speed. So we're good.
Awesome. Well, Herman, thank you so much for joining us here on Digital Trends Live. Really, really appreciate it, and everything that you do. And it's awesome watching you have fun with everything you're doing. Hopefully, we can get back out to seeing some tours here someday when that all happens again. But in the meantime, you're doing plenty to fill up all that time. Herman, thanks for being here on Digital Trends Live.
Thank you so much for having me. It's awesome.